start the movie in the last battle of the time when we were winning, quote unquote.
Wake up. Movement in the break.
And we start with the youth, with the period of youth for Raleigh and his brother.
Good morning.
And I wanted this to tonally be different from the rest of the film too, because we are still sort of triumphant. And the aesthetic on this part of the preparation is the aesthetic of the winners. You know, Raleigh is very young, supercharged, full of enthusiasm. And the character that Charlie and his brother, and basically every pilot in the movie, these characters have to be delineated very, very, very quick. You're dealing with types. You're dealing with characters that exist in this genre, the Kaiju and the Mecha, these genres, and have to be delineated quickly. So I tried to do it by accumulating details and by the way they interact with things. And here we start texturing the world. You cannot do world creation without filling it with texture and detail. And I wanted you to see the circuitry suits. I wanted to see how they were put together and do this very, very, very minute launching. I remember Paul Schrader talking about American Gigolo and saying, if you do a sequence once, really, really well, people will know that that's the way things happen over and over again. You don't have to see the Jaegers being launched many times. You see it once. You see the preparation of the suit once. And if you do it really carefully and you accumulate reality, you can see how bit by bit we start filling with details this launching. I call it jokingly the Thunderbirds launching, because it's very much inspired by how complex and baroque Gary Anderson did all the launching of the ships in the Thunderbirds. And the Thunderbirds are sort of laterally connected with the tokusatsu genre in Japan, because they were quite an inspiration for Eiji Tsuburaya in his TV series like Ultra 7 and Ultraman and all that. And I wanted very much to show you a world that felt detailed. We designed everything in this movie. We designed the patches in the shirts and the uniforms. We designed the banners, the badges, all the advisory in the doors. We designed the Jaegers to the minimal detail. You know, we designed the Jaegers so that if you zoom in into the controls, you would see electrical discharge warnings, you would see ladders, you would see places where you would connect. And to engineer the amount of detail, mechanically, the amount of detail in design is staggering. We spent about a year texturing this world. And the accumulation of that mosaic of detail, design-wise, gives you the sense of a real world. People think that a world creation movie, for example, is the big gestures, but it isn't. It's all these small details. Look at the markings. Look at the vehicles that open the doors. Look at the banners and the markings in the crawl.